Out of all my handhelds that I've reviewed and played with on the channel over the last 6 months, one of these handhelds has really surprised me. And that handheld is this guy right here, the Powkiddy RGB30. I bought this one in metal because you know me, Deadheads, I love metal. And so I got this one, and this is just the perfect device. But what if we did something different? What if we wanted to play on this beautiful screen in a vertical form factor? Well, guess what, guys? Powkiddy has done just that. And today we're going to take a look at unboxing and first impressions of the just released RGB20SX. So, are you ready to go, guys? Let's go. When it first released, the RGB30 really surprised a lot of people. It is a unique form factor with this screen, and there have already started to be other types of devices that have tried to mimic this, but I do want to point out that this screen and this shape is sort of mimicking the Snowcake, the LG Wing. So in a way, this didn't really start with this particular model, but this did make it widely popular. So when Powkiddy decided to bring out another version, this time vertical, I was pretty intrigued and excited. But Deadheads, you know, Skeletor Says, is it going to be good? Well, we don't know. We need to put this thing through its paces. But today we're going to do a first look, impressions and unboxing of this device. So let's hop right in, Deadheads. But first, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. We love that the channel's growing, maintaining that. We are now part of the YouTube partner program, so look for some cool stuff happening soon. And leave some comments down in the commentary. We love the banter going on, so let's keep it going, guys. Okay, let's get right at it. So, this box is different from most other Powkiddy boxes, but I do gotta say that I like this box quite a bit. It's pretty good looking. I like that it has sort of an old patina look, maybe a Western. This reminds me of like a Western Wanted poster or something like that, but it's really nice here. The red versus blue, I don't get the reference. I mean, if this is referencing Halo, okay, cool, but the models aren't in red and blue, so I don't really know what that's about, but I like the look of this sort of. I don't know if that's loading or battery left, but this is a nice design. I kind of like this. It does show that they have the black, the blue, the white, and the orange. I think I'd call that yellow. I don't know. We did get the blue model here. Here's your product name, the RGB20SX. And so, yeah, I mean, kind of like that they've changed things up with this box. It's kind of an attractive box. And inside here we have the smiley face. It's right there, guys. So let's see what we all have in here. And first of all, we have the stickers, the famous stickers. Now, to be quite honest, Dead Fred was not very impressed with the RGB20. Yes. I thought that, you know, the R36S is much superior to that model. There was just something about it I didn't like. The sticker things never appealed to me, but I can see how a lot of people might like this. So Dead Fred's not really going to use the stickers. I don't know if they had like a skull or something a little more different. This is just a little too, I don't know, for me. And here is the manual, and looks like our instruction set. So there's that big old smiling face. Charging instructions, new to the machine, baby, low power, first use 2A charger, docking USB port to charge 30 minutes after boot. During operation machine, the electric quantity displays 0 and the working lamp are red. Please charge the battery in time. So you know with the 30 there was some charging issues. I think this is related to this 3566 CPU. We'll have to see. We have our cable here and USB A to C. So again, probably C to C is not supported. And what? No Chick-fil-A sauce? No screen protector? Okay, all right, well, no screen protector. Maybe it's hiding under here. Let's see, let's get this out of here. No, okay, Powkiddy, hey man, what's the deal? Where's the screen protector? All right, let's get this guy out of here and take a look. And let's see, first impressions. Let's see here now. This thing is packed in tight. And we have our cover. And voila! Now, I have already opened this, so this is not the true unboxing. Shh, don't tell anybody, deadheads. So, anyways, when I first picked this up, to give you my impressions, I was like, okay, yeah, this is interesting. This long, tall screen. Now, having held the R43 Pro quite a bit, this isn't that surprising. So really, I mean, yeah, it looks funny at times, but I gotta say, there's just something kind of nice about this screen size. I really like this transparent blue. I like the white PCB board back there. This does have a pretty large battery. Taking up a large size of it is the battery right there, 5,000 milliamp hour. On the side here, we do have our OS port. We have our reset button and power button. We have an HDMI mini on top. We have our volume rocker, and we have our games card on that side. And yeah, the triggers on the back, and these also surprise me. They have a little bit of length to them. They kind of hang over, which is a little awkward, a little different, you know, than the 30, which is using inline shoulders. So, you know, you do have a different sort of rocker system here for that. But I gotta say that I like this. I like the way they feel. You know, it is a little awkward with the sticks down here to hold this thing. So that is a little bit, it's not terrible. I like it quite a bit. I think that the sticks feel good and clicky. The D-pad is a really good D-pad, and the buttons are really good. Now, I hope Powkiddy will stick with the black buttons. I know some people were disappointed to start getting their RGB30 with the colored buttons. I don't know if you can get with the black anymore. Now again, this is a custom shelled version I bought off Superbuy. But this is pretty good buttons. Of course, your little smiley face, you got your speaker grill here, and then you've got, you know, your little function button. You do have an OTG port, and you have your DC power in, and then you have your headphone jack there. So yeah, first impressions, it's not too tall. I mean, it is, the ratio here is neat. I mean, it looks weird. Almost reminds me of kind of how the ratio looks on the GameKitty Mini. The Mini, not the classic, but the Mini that has like the short end here and that. Now, a lot of people have taken the sticks off of these things. Some people intend to do that. I don't know. I think I like the sticks on it. I did put these really nice grips that look good and go with it. So yeah, this is, you know, first impressions. And build quality seems to be good. I think Powkiddy is improving in their build quality. I think they're improving in their quality control. And I feel like that this is a good designed product. Now remember, they are still aiming at a budget level. This thing coming in at $80 with the Rock chip 3566 is a pretty decent price. You're getting, you know, what I would consider to be a nice looking device. Is this ultimately going to be better than, you know, something like the R36S? Well, I think the screen is going to make quite a difference, because not only is it that 1-to-1 ratio, it's also 720p, so don't forget that. So anyways, let's take this thing through, let's fire this thing up, and let's see what it can do. All right. So guys, since filming that last segment, I did discover that this thing is very similar in shape to the Analogue Pocket here. And so I did try and designed a grip based on a grip that someone designed for the Analogue Pocket. And you know, once I changed the dimensions and changed a few things on here and edited the STL in OpenCAD, it's fitting good, it looks good, and it's, you know, really cool as a basis. So you probably could get away with using some things you may have for the Analogue Pocket. We're just going to do a little bit of changing. But look at that next to it side by side. You can see that that is very similar. I mean, it looks just like an Analogue Pocket with sticks, except you have this much better, longer screen. This does have a higher resolution and PPI. But yeah, Analogue Pocket, if you're looking, hey man, maybe a 4-inch version would be nice. Anyways, let's get this thing fired up. Now, this does ship with ROCNICs installed. I'm going to recommend that you immediately burn an ARK OS card or an older Gelos card, because the ROCNICs that it ships with has had some known issues. Also, man, big shout out to Gamma. I saw in the Discord that Gamma has Android up and running on this thing. So, man, look for some exciting more development with this. This is going to be a great device, guys. I don't think you're going to go wrong if you go either way, if you want the horizontal or the vertical. But this is quickly becoming one of my favorite vertical handhelds, even though it's still new and there's going to be a lot of problems. So, you know, once we have this thing fired up, we have our normal emulation station, the ARK OS on here, the software, the gameplay, it's all going to be the same as this. It's not really going to be any different as far as the software goes because it's running the same innards, the same system of the chip, the same screen. You just have this different form factor to use it. So, with that being said, it was already comfortable enough holding without a grip, although awkward with the sticks. But now that we got the grip on here, just even better to go. And so, you know, navigating through this thing just feels nice and feels just normal and everything like that. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of testing with the gameplay here because, again, we've seen this CPU over and over again. We've seen the RGB30. Again, you know, I'll test this with some other softwares. I can't wait to see Gamma OS on this thing, guys. So that is so exciting in the future. But let's just do a little gameplay here so I can give you guys a little idea of what this looks like. We're going to test the D-pad out just to make sure, even though this is really the same hardware as this guy, just make sure we're getting similar results. So let's start with some fighting games. So let's try some Virtua Fighter. This is on the 32X. Must be the little beach guy. What is his name? Yeah, this screen is just, it's really stunning when you see it. Of course, you know, this is just running straight out of the box on ARK OS. I haven't done any adjustments to any of the filters or settings. And it just looks really clean and crisp. This D-pad is adequate. I don't feel like I have any trouble with the D-pad. It feels nice and responsive. When we do our full testing for our review later on, we'll do some more in-depth testing here. But yeah, I can say the controls feel just as much like they did with the 30, except this is much different. I really like this. This is really nice on the back. And then having this grip again just makes it more of a pleasure to hold. Hey man, you want to come at me with that and come right back at you, my twin. So yeah, pretty good stuff here. The D-pad is excellent. There's no problem with it here. Don't have any issues as we transition into some Chip and Dale here. This is a port on Portmaster. One of the great things, of course, about Linux is Portmaster, and really enjoy all of the ports. And Christian, thank you again for making ARK OS and continuing to support it. And make sure you guys check out ARK OS on all the devices that are out there. That is a great OS, a great system, firmware for a lot of different systems. But yeah, you can see that, you know, the sticks are running good. Everything feels good and clicky. Feels nice. The controls feel really good. And this just looks fantastic on this screen. It really is just really nice looking. I remember coming back from school, I was in junior high, and my little brother would watch Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers all the time. So this brings back some good memories, even though by that time I was a little older for that sort of stuff and was into more things like Guns N' Roses. But yeah. Anyways, Deadheads, this has been a first impressions and look at the RGB20SX from Powkiddy. We are looking at very favorable initial impressions, but we're going to play this for a month or so before we do a review and really test this thing out and try a bunch of different firmwares on it and give you our impressions. But I can say that if you love the RGB30 and you can accept the vertical form factor, I do not see a reason of this initial impression that you would not love this equally, because I certainly do. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and stay safe out there if you're suffering from any of the weird weather, tornadoes. And we'll see you next time, Deadheads. Dead Fred out.